Hi everyone, I'm Akshita, and today I'll be talking about something we all experience every day, often without even realizing it: human computer interaction, or HCI for short. The focus of this presentation is on designing user friendly interfaces, basically, how we can make our technology easier and more enjoyable to use. So let's jump right in. Here is a quick look at what I'll be covering in this seminar. We will start with the brief abstract to give you the overall picture, followed up by an introduction to what HCI is and why it is important. Then I'll go into the theoretical background, including key concepts like interaction and models. Next, we will explore the core design principles behind user friendly interfaces. I'll also talk about the tools and techniques that designers use, like Figma and Adobe XD. After all, we'll look at some real world examples of good and bad UI, and then discuss the challenges and designers face today. Finally, I'll wrap up with some exciting future trends and conclusion and share my reference at the end. So let me start by giving you a quick idea of what the seminar covers. Human computer interaction is all about how people interact with digital systems, whether that's a smartphone, a website, or even a voice assistant like Alexa. User-friendly design is so important because it affects how easily someone can use a product. If it's confusing, they leave. If it's intuitive, they stay. We will go over some key design principles like usability, feedback, and consistency, and also look at how modern tools designers use, like Figma and Adobe XD. In the end, the goal is to show how thoughtful design can actually empower designers to create experiences that are not only functional but also human centered and inclusive. Now, what exactly is HCI? In simple terms, it's the study of how humans interact with computers. This goes way beyond just clicking buttons. It includes touch, voice, gestures, and even smart environments. HCI matters because even the most powerful technology is useless if people don't know how to use it. Through this presentation, I want to walk you through the basic elements of user experience design, the importance of usability, and how designers approach problem solving through design thinking. Let's take a quick look at how HCI has evolved. In the early days, we interacted with computers using command lines, black screens, and typing. Then came the graphical user interface, or GUI, icons, windows, and the mouse. Today we have moved into the touch interface, voice commands, and even gesture-based interaction with AR and VR. One important model in HCI is Journal Normals Interaction Model, which breaks down how users from goals, execute actions, and even evaluate outcomes. Another concept is the user system environment model, where design decisions consider not just the user but also the context in which they are using the system, like lighting, location, or even the emotional state. When it comes to actually designing an interface, there are some well-established principles that helps make it intuitive. First up is usability. This includes things like how easy it is to learn, how fast users can complete the task, and whether errors are easy to recover from. Then we have visibility and feedback. Users should always know what's going on. For example, a loading bar shows that the system is working. Consistency helps users predict what will happen, and affordance refers to clues that shows what icons are possible, like a button that looks like clickable. When all these elements are used together, users feel more in control and less confused. Now let's talk about the tools designers use. One of the most popular is Figma, which allows teams to design together in the cloud. Then there is Adobe XD and Sketch, both great for creating interactive mockups. But tools are just the part of the process. The real work happens when the user research, like interviews or usability testing, where you find out what real people actually needs. We start with the wireframes, which are the basic layouts, then build up the prototypes, which are the interactive models. And of course, there is design system, collection of reusable components that helps keep everything consistent. Think of mastering design or Apple human interface guidelines. Let's look at how good design works in real life. Take the iPhone for example. Its interface is so intuitive that people rarely needs a manual. Features like gestures and clean layout keeps users engaged, and that's why Apple has such a high customer retention. Then there is Google Search, super minimalist but extremely powerful. It delivers what you just need. Spotify is another great one. It uses AI to personalize music suggestion and has a smooth immersive experience. On the other hand, Amazon's one-click checkout. It's a perfect example for removing friction. It reduces the cart abandonment by 35%. These examples show how thoughtful it's directly impacts business success. Of course, designing a good interface isn't always easy. There are challenges like cognitive overload where too much information confuses the user. Then there are accessibility gaps. Not everyone sees or moves the same way, so inclusive design is critical. We also face issues around data privacy and ethical use of AI. How much personalization is too much? These are the things every modern designer has to think about when building a global diverse audience. The future of HCI is incredibly exciting. We are already seeing more AI driven interfaces that learn from the user behavior and adapt accordingly. Voice user interface like Alexa and Siri are becoming more common, and in AR VR, we're interacting with 3D environments and gestures. There is also haptic feedback where users get tactile responses like vibration or pressure, which adds another layer of interaction. All these technologies aims to make the interface disappear. So using tech becomes more natural, like interacting with another person. To wrap up, human computer interaction isn't just about pretty buttons and clean screens. It's about understanding people and making tech that serves them better. Whether you are designing an app or a smart home device, user centered thinking ensures your product is usable, accessible, and actually enjoyable. Good design isn't magic, it's thoughtful, tested, and intentional. These are some of the key resources I referred to while preparing this seminar, including books by Don Norman and Steve Krug, an article from the Nielsen Norman Group. All this explores how people interact with technology and how we as a designer or engineer can be better. Thank you so much for watching my seminar on human computer interaction. I hope it gives you a better understanding of how design decision shapes our everyday tech experience. Let's keep designing smarter and more human friendly interfaces for everyone. Thank you.